Good morning, everyone. Hope that you are doing well. Happy Wednesday. So this topic I want to talk about today, I actually wanted to share with you a couple of days ago, and it just hasn't happened until now. It's interesting because different circumstances since then have brought up different scenarios that I think exemplify where this plays out. But my question to you is, when anything happens, do you find yourself reacting or responding? And so there's actually a difference between the two. I know a lot of times we use the words interchangeably, but that's something you want to think about. So a reaction is like that hair trigger. It's that initial, that's how I want to be. A response is in alignment with a goal, a value of some sort. It's a little more considered. I'd say thoughtful, and I don't think it always has to be a product of thought per se, but it is intentional. I'll say that. So, for instance, the scenarios that come to mind are like, okay, so on the road, I was observing this car behind me and just through my mirrors, and I was behind a kind of a slowish going truck, and there were other people behind me, and it's like, it is what it is, but we were merging. It's just got to do what you got to do. You got to go through what you got to go through. And one car sort of like whipped out real quick, while the lines are still solid, not when they're dotted, when you're technically allowed to jump over. But one whipped over and kept rolling. Okay, fine. You expect that. Then someone else thought he was going to do it. But what he didn't do was look. There was a car right next to him, and he was very, very close to crashing straight into this car. And that's an example of a reaction, because what I guess was happening was a sense of frustration because you're going slow and you want to go faster. You've got somewhere to be. You don't have time for this. You don't know what's going on. I'm going to do what I got to do to get out of the situation and free myself. But he could have caused a serious accident for himself and other people in that impulsiveness. Versus a response is, okay, I acknowledge, yes, I don't like how slow I'm going. I don't like this feeling. I am frustrated. However, what are my goals? Yes, I want to get where I want to get as fast as I can, but I want to get there safely. I want to get there without drama. I want to get there without issue. And so what does that mean? Maybe I need to apply a little bit of patience. Maybe that's my response. I'm patient until I get to a space where there's a little bit more clarity for me to navigate in traffic and move to a faster moving lane. Okay. You also see this play out, in work experiences. Not to be incredibly specific about anything, but I've just noticed, especially when it comes to some like staffing issues, I've developed an ability to kind of see, and I don't think it's rocket science. It's just, okay, this is what typical staffing looks like in order to maintain certain amounts of service. And I notice, okay, so X number of people are going to be off, or X situation is going on. I'm probably going to end up moving to work somewhere else because my position is more of a floater position. They put me where they need me. So I'm starting to be able to see, all right, this is where the need is. That's likely when we get pulled. But what I've discovered or noticed is that those changes aren't formally told to me, usually until the last minute. Sometimes day of, moment of, sometimes a little bit in advance, but it's just interesting. It's just the process of sort of reacting like, oh, the second you realize something is an issue, okay, we got to move, we got to change, we got to do something, versus being able to give yourself space to respond. Like, okay, I see what's coming up the pike. These are my goals. Maybe I want to make sure I have appropriate staffing. I want to make sure my staff are notified in a way that allows it to be a safe work environment. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to step away for a moment from filming. But long story short, are you reacting, responding? Are you just impulsively following triggers, or are you actually being intentional with how you respond in a situation in accordance with your goals or values or whatever's going on? So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you. I will see you next time. Take care.